Well, well, well. The princess, I presume.
Oh, well, I'm actually just a minor, but I appreciate the compliment.
Bishop.
Well, Grandma, what did you think of Pan?
I'm not really sure what I think of Pan. You certainly needed a suspension of disbelief for
It was a fantasy,
this.
after all.
It was a fantasy.
Peter Pan, you know, there's not a real Peter Pan.
A fairy tale. We were going to Neverland, of course. I was interested in the origin story. I think origin stories are always interesting, or have the potential to be interesting anyway. And Peter Pan, the boy who can fly and never grows old, you know, and has all these colleagues, all these boys that live with him, sort of, in Neverland. So that part of the movie kept my interest, you know, as we went along. I thought, I don't know why I felt this way, but I thought there was a little bit too much fighting, too much conflicts, too much of the conflicts. I got tired of that part. You know, the flying ships flying through all kinds of stuff. I got tired of it, you know, and
a lot of fighting to no real end.
Yeah. And who are we fighting this time? You know.
Well, it was always the same people fighting each other,
yeah,
pretty much, over and over again.
I thought the actors did a competent job. I thought they, you know, it explained why Blackbeard the pirate was so intent on finding the secret there in Neverland, because, you know, that way he could stay young forever, or he could live forever anyway. We saw that happen in one little scene where they showed him rejuvenating himself. That was interesting. I thought the young man, the boy who played Peter, did a good job. He, in his introductory role, he was quite believable as a 12-year-old Peter who was trying to find his destiny as best he could, in spite of all of the difficulties he faced. The special effects, of course, had to be very well done to carry the fantasy of the story along. We never did get to see Tinkerbell, which I thought, okay. If we're going to get to the fairyland, you know, we need at least one fairy. I kept expecting to see that, and that didn't happen.
Well, what I seem to be getting from you is a lot of faint praise.
Well, that's exactly the way I feel. You know, there were some positive things, but I can't really do thumbs up on this movie. So what did you think of Pan?
Well, I would say it's sort of a well-made failure, you might say. Hugh Jackman, I thought, was exceptional. Again, I thought his performance as Blackbeard was just really, really well done. Very interesting. I mean, almost worth the price of admission by itself, just because it's a very, very good performance, I thought.
I agree with that.
Again, everybody else did it was sort of on one level, you know, a very good level, but he was at a very high level as that character. And if you just almost didn't see him in the role at all. He created a whole separate character, which is just really, really well done. However, the rest of the film, I got the impression that they were trying to do too much. They were trying to cram too much into one film. It's not even 2 hours long. They sort of started a lot of things, but didn't really finish them. It's almost like they were in too big a hurry to sort of create this first film in a series. You know, they were hoping to make this a Peter Pan series of films, you know, a whole franchise like, you know, Hunger Games or whatever, you know.
That's a good point. I agree with that. Yeah.
So again, they came to Neverland, and they again, the production design, the special effects, the cinematography, and all through this film did a really, really good job of creating these different worlds. And so it would come to Neverland, and it's really interesting. It looks really cool, but they never really explain it. They never really go into any detail, and then they move on to somewhere else. They come to Mermaid Lagoon. It's really cool, really interesting. They never really explain it. They never go into very much detail. They come to Fairyland or whatever it is. Again, it's really interesting, really cool. You know, you go ooh and ah at these different places, but they never go into any real detail. They never explain it. And again, that just leaves you sort of unsatisfied with it all the way along like that. It's really a well-made movie. It's really interesting to look at. And again, it has a lot of things to recommend it. But again, the story, it just doesn't really all sort of fit together.
I agree with that. I do. I didn't know exactly how to say that, but that's exactly the way I feel. As you said, it's a little faint praise there.
So, well, Grandma, what would you, in your final analysis, what would you say about Pan?
Well, since we like to recommend the good movies that we see to our viewers, I am not sure that I want to recommend this one. There were things I enjoyed about it, but all in all, I'm not a thumbs up person on this one. I don't think it's anywhere close to being the best movie or among the best that we saw so far this year. And the new movies come out. Nope, not Pan.
Well, maybe if somebody see that at the discount movie, maybe then, or maybe on DVD later, because there are some really very interesting parts to it. But again, it's just not that well done altogether. Okay.
So no thumbs up from you either?
No, not really.
Sorry, Pan.